Hello, hello. I think I'm live. I think it's working. It should be working. Kind of tired this morning, I'll be honest. Wiped my eyes. I forgot to stop looking tired before I went live. Okay, so here we go. Nintendo Indie World 12/15/21. I'm very excited to react to this. I honestly don't really know what's going to show up during this show, but it's going to be roughly 20 minutes, and we're gonna talk about it in the chat and whatnot. It's going to be a fun time. I gotta get my ducks in a row when it comes to the back end stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell Eric I'm live, and yeah, let's have some fun. React to this Indie World, not an Indie Direct, which is what everyone calls it. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what we see during this. MV Panda, thanks a lot for subscribing. Really means a lot. That was quick. I literally just went live and you immediately subscribed, so that is awesome. I should probably add some music or something in the back because there's nothing playing in the actual stream, and it's a little quiet on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of music. Let's see. How's this? Is that good? Add a little music in there. Now it's in there. Let me know if the music is too loud, too quiet. I think it shouldn't be that bad, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, what's everyone hoping to see during this show? I'm really excited. I have a bad glare behind me, that window. Maybe I can cover it up. There we go. Yeah, if you're here to watch the stream, what do you want to see during this showcase? Because honestly, like, not that much came to mind, like stuff we could actually see during this show. Of course, this is an indie direct or world, so we can't get our hopes too high. This isn't going to be crazy or anything, but I don't know, it's still really exciting. This is the last little bit of news that we're gonna get before the end of the year is over with, so that's something, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and post this link to some socials, share it around, and whatnot. And yeah, if you're hanging out in the chat, make sure you say something. It's a little quiet out there. It's a little quiet, guys. I should go. Oh, I got a water. I've been trying to stream more lately, focus on trying to set all this up and make it so it's not absolutely terrible in the beginning, and then I fix it throughout. But yeah, let's go ahead and see. My friend sent me a list earlier of games he would like to see during this show, so I guess I'll go ahead and read that, if I can find it. I can't find it. Yeah, I lost it. Anyway, C No says, dude, Nintendo services are down up here in Canada. God, that sucks. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, just go to the eShop, download games, or is like all of the network down? Like, you can't play games online or anything? Because if so, that sounds pretty terrible. Eric says there's a global shortage due to Amazon being down. That is weird. I honestly didn't know those things were connected like that. I was having some terrible problems because I don't have a Switch that's set as my home Switch because my friend has that so he can play my games. So whenever the Nintendo network is down, my whole family can't access any of our games because they're all tied to one account. He says Pokemon online, offline. Wait, the eShop and Pokemon online or offline. I think that's what you meant, right? God, that sucks. That really sucks. But yeah, I was having some major problems a few days ago, and my kids were so mad because I couldn't play any of their games because I didn't have the internet. Well, I had the internet, but the eShop was down, and it couldn't confirm that I owned the games, so we were just locked out of all of our games for almost a full day. It was terrible. Eric, how's the volume on the music playing right now? Is it can you hear it? Hunter Lawless says Silk Song with a bunch of clown emojis. Yeah, that game is a mystery. I'll tell you what. I don't really. I've still never played the original, but I know so many people are looking forward to Silk Song, and it's been just MIA for so long. Nintendo has to upgrade their services, dude. I agree. I don't know what's up with Nintendo and their online stuff. Thanks, Eric. Brandon, thanks for joining. I forgot to tell you that I went live. I'm an idiot. Now I'm going to go ahead and post this link to social media and whatnot. Let's see. First, I gotta go find it. Eric, is everything good on the back end? Hopefully. I always rely on you so much when it comes to these streams. Thanks a lot, Eric. Eric is the master of live streams. Now I'm gonna copy this link. Is there anything anybody wants to see during the show? There's a lot of things that I would like that I would love to see on Switch, but they're not necessarily indie games. So I'm having trouble thinking of games that aren't already on Switch that are indie games, because like indie games thrive on Switch, so most of them make it over. But I'm wondering if maybe we're just gonna get a bunch of updates on game we already know exist. Liked and shared, thanks, dude. But you have to go. Bummer. But yeah, dude, thank you. It means a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna share this. I keep forgetting. Eric, I need to. Oh, wait, never mind. Hopefully nothing's going up right now on Nintendo Enthusiast, because I'm about to post this. I'm gonna make sure actually. I feel like I have no voice yet because I haven't been talking all day. My voice is so gravelly. How's it going out there, guys? Hang on. Hey guys, how's it going? Firefly Hero, if Alex and Outfit 7 do it. Wait. Brad Moss says Wildermyth would be amazing. I actually don't know what that is. Firefly Hero, if Alex and Outfit 7 do it. I don't know if I'm reading that right, but I don't know what any of those words mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm assuming they're indie games that I've never heard of. But yeah, I hope they're here if you want them to be here. It's an extremely rare game. Oh, that's why I haven't heard of it. Okay, then yeah. Then never mind, that makes sense. Posting link on socials. Did anybody watch that Hawkeye episode 4 or 5, whatever episode that was? That was really good. That ending got me hyped. But enough about Hawkeye. Only available on Mac and PC. Oh, dang. I feel like it's strange whenever like whenever an indie game comes out that could obviously run on Switch but doesn't make it over, because I've heard so many good things about how indie games perform on Switch sales-wise. It's always like the #1 platform. Probably because like a lot of people want to play these indie games on the go, and you're not really getting any significant boost in terms of the performance and graphics and whatnot on the other powerful platforms, so why not get the portable version, you know? I haven't watched the first episode. Oh, you haven't watched the first episode of Hawkeye, okay. You should watch that show. I like it the most out of all the Marvel Disney Plus TV shows so far. They all kind of let me down a little bit. I thought Loki was good, but not as good as Hawkeye in my opinion. I just like the lower level hero stuff, like the stuff that goes on in the streets. It doesn't have to be big and bombastic all the time. I like this lower level hero stuff that Hawkeye's doing. I prefer it. It reminds me of the Netflix Marvel shows, so yeah. My dog keeps scratching on the door, but she ain't going out because she just came in. Let's see. I'm gonna post this to Twitter, at least. Maybe we'll hear about Silksong. Yeah, we were talking about that before. Silksong has been so like MIA forever now that I don't even know if, I don't know, it's just such a mystery these days. I know a lot of people looking forward to that game. And like I said before, I still haven't played the original, so I'm not like dying to see Silksong. But I bet if I do end up playing the original, then it'll probably be like right before Silksong comes out, so I don't have to wait for it like everybody else. I can just jump right in without any worries. I could have sworn I saved that thumbnail that Eric sent, but apparently I didn't. But yeah, I'm really curious because sometimes these. Hang on, Eric said I got the original on Switch for $1.50. Wow, I've had the original Hollow Knight downloaded on my Xbox for so long because it's on Game Pass, And I know the second I start playing it, it's going to end up leaving Game Pass, and I'm not going to be able to play it. Oh, you haven't even played it yet? Okay, okay. I've heard really good things. I'm not the biggest fan of Metroidvanias, and I know that's crazy coming from a Nintendo channel, but there are a few that like got their hooks in me though, like Guacamelee, and of course a lot of the Metroid games that I hadn't really played until recently. I really loved Zero Mission. I loved Dread. There's a few others that I'm forgetting. I like Bloodstain a lot. I know there's a big one that's like one of my favorites that I'm forgetting. I don't know. But yeah, it's just not really my genre because I have such a terrible sense of direction that I always get lost in Metroidvania games to the point where it gets like unenjoyable. Let's see what sorry, I'm reading a Slack message. But yeah, oh cool, we got a little boost in viewers. That's pretty awesome. I'm really excited. We got 12 more minutes until the show. As it says right here, it's a 20-minute show about upcoming indie games headed to Switch. I'm hoping for some type of like big-ish indie game. Not that it's a bad thing that there's a lot of smaller indie games, but I remember like when Rocket League came before they were owned by who bought Psyonix? Was it Epic? Yeah, that's right. Before Psyonix was bought by Epic, whenever Rocket League got announced, I was super excited. I did not expect it to come to Switch, and yeah, I'm super hyped about that. So I hope we get that level of announcement for Switch today. Go ahead and see if there's any comments I missed. I don't think so. I think I'm doing a pretty good job reading everyone's comments. I'm just very excited. Hey Eric, I'm hoping that the stream sound is working. I'm getting like a little bit of sound that's coming through. Let me turn off this music real fast. Turn this up. Never mind, there's no sound right now. Huh. I don't know, it's weird. It shows like a little bar where the sound is on YouTube, but there's nothing playing. At least I can't hear it. Do you guys hear like two songs at once or anything? Hopefully not. Yeah, I didn't change anything from last time. All I did was change the link to the YouTube video, so hopefully that doesn't like alter anything in the back end. Now we got 10 minutes until the show. I'm pretty excited. We haven't seen like when's the last time we got a Nintendo Direct in general? I feel like it's been a minute. Maybe I'm forgetting something. Huh. I don't know. Either way, it's almost Christmas time. Hopefully we get some type of stealth drop today. That would be really awesome. Just a final celebration for the year with some indie games. That sounds good to me. Now that we have a little bit more people in here, what are you guys hoping to see during this Indie World showcase? Are you hoping to see any games specifically? Is the Outer Wilds considered indie? I think so. I forgot. Was that published by anyone? Outer Wilds developer. Let's see. Published by. The wiki doesn't even say the publisher. I'm assuming the developer did it then. Oh, that's Annapurna Interactive. They're sort of getting like to this middle ground where they're like an indie publisher, but they're also publishing like some really expensive indie games. So I guess the Outer Wilds is kind of like an indie. Yeah, I would consider like Annapurna Interactive an indie publisher, but technically an indie game is supposed to be a game that's funded by the developer. But there's a lot of different meanings nowadays that they're not really the real meanings anymore. Maybe it will get a release date. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard really good things about that as well, and I've never got around to it. So maybe I would play the Switch version. I said Switch morning because I read this comment that said good morning. Good morning, Moon Man Moo. How's it going? Michael says, action arcade wrestling game for Switch release date. Hopefully. That sounds fun. I was really into wrestling games in like the late 90s and early 2000s on N64. And then I just completely fell off after that. Like I've barely touched them since then, but I really loved a ton of those N64 wrestling games. So good, especially WrestleMania 2000. I'll send this link to my friend. But yeah, Brad Moss says I haven't played much since SMT5 came out. It has me 77 hours so far. Yeah, so with that game, our reviewer at the Nintendo Enthusiast website, John, had reviewed it, and I was doing like all of the video editing, and then doing like the discussion videos with him on the channel. So by the time the game came out, I was kind of sick of it just from seeing so much of it and talking about it so much. But I went ahead and purchased it yesterday, actually, SMT5, and I got it physically, which I rarely do, but there was a $37 sale on SMT5 at GameStop, so, which I thought was really good. So I decided to order it. I'm really looking forward to playing that. Eric says Jupiter just announced Picross Season 7. Jeez. Firefly Hero has almost a 0% chance anyway, but I hope they come with something that's similar. Yeah, that would be cool. I hope you get what you're yearning for. Try the indie wrestling games like Wrestling Empire and as the AAA ones are repetitive. Yeah, the AAA ones, every single time I saw them, I'm like, this just doesn't look good to me. Like, I'm not sure what it is about modern wrestling games, but they, for some reason, like, nothing about them I thought looked very great. Like, I didn't think the graphics looked good. I thought the gameplay looked really stiff. And wrestling as a whole, I mean, it doesn't get much better than like the Attitude Era. At least, I mean, I can't fully say that because it's not like I've watched much wrestling the past 20 years, but back in the day, it was really something special. Like, I did like backyard wrestling with my brother. He would like slam me through tables and stuff, and it was good times. Good memories playing those games and doing all the backyard stuff. But yeah, keep on forgetting to send this link to my friends who might join the chat. That'd be pretty cool. Send it to CJ. He was in here last time. I didn't miss any comments? Nope. But yeah, well, now we have 5 minutes till the show. I might do a little, like a little bit of reacting after it's over with, but it's probably not going to be that long of a stream overall. Probably just watch the show, hang out for like 5-10 minutes, and then call it a day. If anyone's even still here. I might just end it right when it's over with. Wolf Among Us 2 today. That's one that would have me hyped. The Wolf Among Us 2 would have me hyped. Didn't even think about that. We've been hearing stuff about it for like so long. Telltale Games came back from the dead to keep developing that game. I'm not sure how much of the original staff is there, but I hope a decent amount are because the first game was written so well. I would love to see that game today. Like, I would be like out of my chair excited. The first Wolf Among Us is amazing, and a lot of people still need to play that game. Like, I feel like it sort of flew under the radar because The Walking Dead was so good, and then that was like their follow-up, and it wasn't nearly as popular of an IP. It's actually like not even close on the same level as The Walking Dead in terms of its popularity. But I honestly think like if you played both games all the way through nowadays, you would think that The Wolf Among Us was better than The Walking Dead. Shred, you said, I love the first one. Same. That'd be so great if we saw The Walking Dead 2 today. I mean, The Wolf Among Us 2 today. Really curious to what it looks like, if they add like different type of elements, because this is a new Telltale Games, and I'm wondering if they would sort of, I don't know, build upon what they used to do in any way, or if the engine would still be terrible. Because as much as I loved a lot of those Telltale games, the engine was always terrible, like just absolutely terrible. I'll never forget playing Batman, and I'm like in the middle of fighting this guy, and I'm literally just fighting floating eyeballs. And I was just cracking up, but it kind of sucked at the same time because I like to feel engrossed, and it's definitely not engrossing just seeing floating eyeballs and Batman just swinging at nothing. But yeah, that is definitely one that I would love to see today. Because like I was saying before the show, I was trying to think of like what indie games that are known, that are actually possible to run on Switch would be here today. And I couldn't think of many. But that is one that I think we could see. When is Genshin Impact coming out? Yeah, that's a big question. And I don't know if they would consider that an indie game. MiHoYo, do they publish a lot of... Are they... Hang on. I gotta look this up now. Genshin Impact. So, the publisher is MiHoYo, which... And the developer is too. So yeah, that I think they could consider Genshin Impact, despite being this multi-million-dollar game that's being developed. They might still consider that an indie game and have it in the showcase. So that would be really exciting, for sure. Would people consider Fall Guys indie? If so, we'll get updates as to why it was delayed so much. Yeah, Fall Guys, didn't that studio... I keep having to look this stuff up. Didn't they get purchased by Epic? I can't remember. Fall Guys developer. Let's look that up. Yeah, Epic bought the Fall Guys developer. Man, Epic just buys everyone apparently. So that's one I could also see being considered an indie game, even if it's not technically. But I believe it was when it came out. So yeah, they have a publisher now, but they weren't at the beginning. So yeah, let's hope we see Fall Guys, because that game has been a mystery as well. The Switch version. Wait, I forgot. Didn't they have a Fall Guys like release window now? Look this up. Oh no, it was supposed to come out last month. Yeah, they gave us an update on the 30th last month saying that the Switch version will not be released this year. So maybe we could still see it at this showcase. I would love that as well. Like, I feel like my kids would really like Fall Guys, and they don't really play on PlayStation that much. Oh, it's starting. Here we go. Eric, can you let me know if the sound is working fine? It's working good on my end, but can you guys hear it? That's what I'm wondering.
And I'm Paul. We're back to show you some indie games coming to the Nintendo Switch system.
Let's dive right in.
Weird issues on my end. Can you guys hear it?
Fans of classic RPGs with modernized elements will want to check out Sea of Stars.
I muted my mic for a second because I'm getting audio out of my
children of the
computer for some
solstice,
reason. So I'm going to
a
mute
lunar
it
monk,
again until I get this
and a
figured
solar
out.
blade
But I'm still
dancer.
going to react just
They
with
must
no audio.
combine the powers of the sun and the moon to perform eclipse magic, the only thing that can fend off monsters created by an evil alchemist known as the Fleshmancer.
Fluid and engaging turn-based combat. Stunning dynamic lighting. A world where you can traverse freely and explore every nook and cranny. And that's just scratching the surface. Not to mention the incredibly moving story with plenty of twists and turns. It's also set in the same universe as The Messenger and serves as a prequel. But don't worry, you don't need to have played The Messenger to fully enjoy this gorgeous game.
And get this, some of the music was composed by none other than the renowned Yasunori Mitsuda, who composed music for Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Sea of Stars launches on Nintendo Switch
Okay, I think my
Holiday
audio's fixed.
2022.
Okay, now we're good. Now, unfortunately, I barely even got to pay attention to that first game, but let's go ahead and start paying attention now that my audio is working. OlliOlli? I can't even tell what that says.
嗨，我是世权。
嗨，我是 Nate，我们是 Underscore Team，很高兴有机会带来这款游戏。达利夏，
希望借由 Asia 与绿夏的冒险旅程，可以让我们重新体验到人生当中会面临到许多痛苦的选择。这也是我们创作阿丽夏的初衷。
希望你可以开始寻找你的伙伴，因为阿丽夏接下来会在Switch上与大家见面。利用独特的操作玩法，我们也预期可以为你与伙伴之间带来非常不一样的体验。我们Switch上见吧，拜。
There's plenty to admire in this puzzle adventure game. For twin sisters Aisha and Lisha, cooperation is key in safely navigating this deserted temple. The game makes creative use of the various input options available on Nintendo Switch. Each sister is controlled differently, and you can control both via solo or local co-op play.
Oh, co-op. That's awesome.
With Aisha, you'll use motion controls with Joy-Con controllers in TV mode. And with Lisha, you'll use touch controls to guide the helper robot Ambu in handheld mode.
However you choose to play, you'll need the sisters to work together by exchanging clues and operating devices that can help you go deeper inside the temple. But be careful, it's filled with all sorts of menacing monsters and treacherous traps, some of which can trigger different endings.
You were listening to
The heartfelt, overlapping music when playing with a friend, coupled with the emotional story, will complement your journey to uncover the secrets residing within.
Should be a little better.
Alicia, the Oblivion of Twin Goddesses, launches as a console exclusive on Nintendo Switch, spring
Turn the YouTube
2022.
video down a little bit.
Hi,
Hopefully you
I'm
can hear
Adam.
me a bit better.
And I'm Joe. We're two brothers who started our own indie studio in order to make a classic point-and-click adventure game. Today, we're excited to announce our debut title, Locomotive.
Just turn down the
Set
YouTube
aboard a
video to,
1930s
right
express
here.
train, you find yourself caught in the middle of a deadly
Hopefully that's
mystery,
better.
full of twists, turns, and larger-than-life characters. Soul-satisfying puzzles, and clear your name once and for all.
We both grew up
Thanks,
playing
Brad,
point-and-click
for
adventure
letting me
games,
know that.
and it's been a long-term ambition for us to put our own spin on it.
We can't wait for you to play Locomotive when it comes to the Nintendo Switch system.
Welcome aboard the Royce Express, where my guests indulge in luxury travel, fine dining, and murder.
Murder on the
Well,
train.
Who's at hand to catch my killer? There's my trusty lawyer, a would-be detective, and Her Majesty's Secret
Herman.
Service.
What's his name?
There's just one problem. They're the suspects. With puzzles to solve,
What?
palms to
Are you
breeze,
serious, Eric?
and clues to uncover. They
that
better
real?
prove their innocence fast,
Hang on.
or it's the end of the line in an adventure that's not just
No way.
nuts.
Guys, Eric just said a Splinter Cell
It's
remake was just announced by Ubisoft.
Locomotive.
Ooh, I do love me
Wow,
a good
they
murder
uploaded
mystery.
a video.
Then you'll love Locomotive, a single-player point-and-click comedy adventure. Climb aboard the Royce Express and investigate the suspicious death of Lady Unterwald.
They announced a
You'll
remake
play
with
as a
like gameplay of the
straight-laced
original
lawyer,
game, but
an
no actual
amateur
gameplay
detective,
for the new,
and an
like the
undercover
remake.
agent at different points in the
Sorry,
story.
indie game that I'm ignoring.
Along
They
the
just
way,
announced a
you'll
Splinter
meet
Cell
fully
remake. That's a
voiced
pretty big
cast
deal.
of quirky characters and solve head-scratching puzzles to prove your innocence.
That's pretty
Figure
crazy.
out who done it and what locomotive inspired them to murder in the first place.
Wow.
Locomotive steamrolls onto
Splinter Cell
Nintendo
remake
Switch
stepping out of
summer
the shadows.
2022.
I don't believe it says platforms.
Rama, wake up! It's almost 1 p.m., you sleepyhead.
Across all popular
Your friends are
platforms,
waiting for
including
you.
consoles,
Come on.
phones, tablets, and PCs. Wait, no. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading the Ubisoft about me, not the actual game. Yeah, there's no platforms for the Splinter Cell game.
I miss you, dude.
Okay, let's go back to this indie show.
But you need to live your life.
No, Brad, no phones. I was reading the wrong section of the YouTube description.
On behalf of the Pixelnesia team from Indonesia, I'm proud to announce our upcoming game, Afterlove EP. Afterlove EP is a modern-day story of music, loss, acceptance, loving others as well as yourself. While the game is heavily inspired by the aesthetic and storytelling format of the Japanese manga, the game itself is set in Jakarta. We want players to experience this vibrant place we call home, which is also considered as the melting pot of the multicultural people of Indonesia. We cannot wait to let you experience our unique narrative adventure and explore our interpretation of Jakarta.
From the creative director of What Comes After and Coffee Talk comes a stirring narrative about love, loss, and lyricism.
Those character models look kind of funny.
Set in Jakarta, Indonesia, Afterlove EP focuses on young musician Rama, who struggles to compose music after his girlfriend Cinta passes away. By communicating with Cinta's voice inside his head, Rama will learn how to cope with
those animations,
forge new relationships,
remind me of South Park
and even
animation.
potentially love again.
A mixtape of visual novel, rhythm game, and narrative adventure, Afterlove EP challenges you to complete an EP of music to fulfill a promise made to Cinta. There are multiple endings based on the choices you make, as well as an original soundtrack from Indonesian band Alfalfa,
they're short and sweet,
striking
but if
art
they're
direction
more
from
than
Soyatu.
4 hours, that they usually
Start anew in Afterlove EP, launching on Nintendo Switch
Summer
2022.
That's still pretty far away. What's this? Seems like a roguelite already. Looks like it could be fun. I can never get into like cooking and alchemy in games. It seems like there's a lot of focus on that and dungeon munchies.
I'm hungry. I've got the munchies. Dungeon munchies, that is.
Then this 2D side-scrolling action platformer should definitely satisfy your craving. You are dead. Well, you were dead.
You are
and now
dead.
you've been revived in a mysterious
happy.
underground facility. But forget hanging around here. You've got to get out.
With the help of the undead necro chef Simmer, you'll hunt down monsters, then cook and eat them. There are around 100 dishes that provide various abilities. One dish, for example, might give you the power to serve up new combos.
So you are what you eat.
Literally, this game is a great place to get locally sourced and farm-fresh monsters. So mix and match to get the right meal for your playstyle.
Looks like it could be
And
pretty
let's
fun.
not forget the eclectic cast of characters, hilarious side-splitting story, and charming 2D pixel art. Better bring a voracious appetite when Dungeon
How long is
Munchies
the show?
devours its way onto
So
the
we're a little
Nintendo
over
Switch
halfway.
system later today.
Hej med jer. Jeg hedder Niels. Jeg er spilinstruktør og lyddesigner hos Bedtime Games. Jeg har lavet spilmusik i over 10 år. Vores kommende spil, Figment 2, er fyldt med masser af musical boss fights og andre lydlæggerier. For at få de mest punchy lyde, har jeg været ude ved mit træsvær og smadret på havegriller og kaffekanner. Musikken i Figment indordner sig efter dig. Vi har brugt rigtig meget energi på at få lyd, musik og gameplay til at spille sammen. Og vi glæder os rigtig meget til at vise jer spillet. I'm coming back to the surface. I need time to make things right. So
This looks pretty.
and soon comes the day.
Brett, what's up? Nothing super cool looking. I'd say this is probably one of the coolest looking things we've seen. I really like this presentation.
We're already on to the next segment.
Figment 2.
Yep.
I've never even
This
played
isn't a
or heard of
figment
1.
of your imagination.
Oh, very funny. In this musical puzzle adventure game, you'll make your way through a rhythmic world set in the human mind. Unfortunately, nightmares are spreading chaos everywhere. It's up to you to put an end to their fearsome schemes. Play solo or locally with a friend as you
this does
wield
look
your
pretty
trusty
cool, Brett.
sword in engaging combat. Manipulate environments
Kinda
to
reminds me
solve
of- what was
compelling
that
puzzles and have symphonic showdowns against some musically menacing bosses.
Same studio that just
sounds
recently
like
did.
trouble. Or trouble.
It was a really big game that I can't think of.
Figment 2, Creed Valley, begins its symphony on Nintendo Switch February 2022. A free demo will be available later
sweet.
today on Nintendo eShop.
Nothing like a nice
Deep sea
demo.
diving? Check.
Death's Door. No,
Investing?
not them.
Check.
They did Titan Souls
Drawing?
before Death's Door.
Check. Surviving on the moon? Check
I
that
think it was
too.
last year they put out like a
slew
big
of board
game
games
that,
from
like, everyone
developer
loved, but
Oink
I can't
Games
remember
are
now.
coming to Nintendo Switch.
Go on thrilling and risky treasure hunts in deep sea adventure. Become the biggest investor in startups. Catch the sketchy rogue and don't get caught in A Fake
I'll be
Artist
honest,
Goes to New York.
I don't think this
and
this
recover
has me
supplies
much.
with your fellow astronauts to survive
This does
in
not look like a
Moon
Brett game.
Adventure. The games are designed to be easy to understand. They also capture and recreate the feel of their original
I don't know
tabletop
why I've never really
versions.
been able to get
You
into
can
board
play
games.
all the games, locally and online.
In
so
real
you can
life
play
or
with
video
friends
game
near and
version.
far. Get together
card
and play
games.
on one system, or create a room with friends. More games will also be added in the future.
Start a game night with Let's Play Oink Games, launching as a timed console exclusive on Nintendo Switch later today.
Ooh, later today. So there's the
Hi,
stealth
I'm
drop
Javier,
of the show.
CEO and programmer at Herobit Studios.
Hi, I'm Iris. I'm working as an environment artist for our upcoming title, Endling, Extinction is Forever.
We wanted to create a game that raises awareness about
Endling.
how the world
I
may
like
be
that name.
in the near future if we don't change our consumption habits.
The environment is mainly presented during night, since we want to emphasize a fox's natural behavior and contrast a calm but deteriorating world and human threats during the day.
We hope that Endling may encourage everyone to reflect, but also that players around the world can enjoy its story, gameplay, and cuteness.
Let's see what it looks like. Ooh. Nothing like a good old fox. Okay, this actually looks really pretty. So you play as the fox. Wow, okay. At first I thought it was just like an animal in the world. The music's really good. Looks like it gets a little emotional. The mom fox better not die, and then you take over as the kid. And that looks like what happens. Or you play as the dad after the mom dies or something.
As the last mother fox in Endling, Extinction is Forever, you'll need to keep your 3 cubs alive and lead them to safety in a world ravaged by humanity.
In this game, blending
This actually looks
stealth,
pretty cool.
survival,
So it's like a stealth
and
game.
adventure, you'll make your way through devastated
like
environments
set-piece
to
action
reach the
moments like
one
that.
place on Earth where humans can't hurt you. Along the way, you'll hunt other animals to feed your cubs, as well as teach them new skills to make them less vulnerable to predators. I really hope they make it.
I do too. But in the end, how many of your cubs
He's like, "I do
survive the
too."
perilous journey is up to you.
Yeah, Brett, I'm into this
Endling,
too.
Extinction is Forever. Launches on
Spring
Nintendo Switch,
2022.
spring
I was hoping like
2022.
February. Actually, February is nuts
Here's
with video
more
games,
info
so never
about the
mind.
skateboarding action platformer OlliOlli World from our friends
OlliOlli.
at Roll7 and Private Division.
Far across the OlliOlli world is Radlandia, a nation forged
This
by the
series,
skate gods.
My brain
Join your
couldn't
crew,
handle the fact
travel
that like
across
you
our
land by
beautiful
pressing
land.
X when you
Wall
get to
ride
the
among
ground.
the
'Cause
trees,
I'm so used to
forge
Tony
new
Hawk games,
paths
and I
through
just
the desert,
couldn't.
or cross
couldn't, like,
moving platforms
do it.
in
It was just
picturesque
impossible for my brain to
sketch
comprehend
You'll
that.
see some weird stuff along the way.
'Cause I played so
But
much
don't
Tony
worry,
Hawk as a
that's just
kid.
part of your journey to
But I'm looking forward to
Nirvana.
trying this one out.
There you'll compete with champions, challenging each other's skills to win rewards, and create new routes to share with your friends.
It'd be cool if they let you change
So
the
come
controls a little
shred
bit.
by the sea, chase a bee, meet
Brett,
a
you
tree,
struggle with these too.
get on down to Radlandia, and
I don't know what it is. Like,
Nirvana.
I want to be able to play it like smoothly, but landing by pressing
Bonus
X
items.
just broke my
Oh,
brain.
nice.
I could not do it.
Get me some of those.
OlliOlli World rolls onto Nintendo Switch February 8th, 2022. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Banner Rudis, director of River City Girls 2.
And I'm Colleen Fannin,
I've had this
producer
game
at River City
downloaded
Girls
for
2.
so long, and
I've
I've
been
been
a
wanting to
River
start
City
it and
fan
never got
since the
around
days
to it.
of the Nintendo Entertainment System, and in fact, this is the 3rd River City game I've worked on. So I'm thrilled to bring you an all-new adventure starring Misako, Kyoko, Kunio, and Ricky.
We were blown away by the response to the first River City Girls. So, for the sequel, we're including everything players loved about the original, plus a whole lot more, including online co-op.
We're working really hard to
online
get this
co-op.
game
That
into
was
your
like the
hands
one
as soon
thing
as
missing
possible.
that everyone was
In the
disappointed
meantime,
with.
please enjoy our debut trailer for River City Girls 2.
Wow, this is coming pretty fast. It seems like it, at least. I like the song. Where they all do sound pretty similar.
River City Girls 2.
Looks pretty fun. Still need to play
More
it first.
baddies to take down? Let's go!
Right there with ya. Way Forward is back with the sequel to the acclaimed beat-em-up River City
I know
Girls.
my friend Greg
There's
is
trouble
going to be
brewing
very
once
excited
again in
about
River
this.
City with
I think
higher
he loved the
stakes,
original.
meaner streets, and even more over-the-top humor. Take control
Most
of one of
developers aren't
6
super
characters,
social and struggle
including
to communicate.
returning
It's rare to find
powerhouses
ones that feel
Kyoko
comfortable
and Masako.
socially.
Each character has their
It's a
own
stereotype,
fighting
but it's
style
mostly
and
true.
upgradable
Yeah, Brad.
movesets,
A
which
lot of
you'll
the
need
times
as
they
you
end
set
up
off
putting
on a new
someone
quest,
either on a
picking up
showcase
where the
like this
first
or even
game
on
left
stage
off.
sometimes,
And when we
where
say
you
new,
could tell they're
we
way in
mean
over
it.
their head.
New moves,
And they're
enemies,
shaking and they look
areas,
nervous and
items,
I get
and
it.
a
I
new
don't know
soundtrack
if
by
I'd be
the
able to
first
handle that.
game's composer, Megan McDuffie.
I write code
Not
for a
to
living,
mention
not
branching
games.
paths,
But I'm
as
one
well
of the
as a
rare ones
return
that
of a
I'm okay with
familiar
talking
foe.
and presenting.
Get the
laugh a lot.
fist flying solo
That's funny.
or team up with a friend, locally or online. What do you say, Paul?
But yeah, you
Ready
can tell
to
like
give
some
some
of these
goons
devs
the
like
old 1-2?
they don't ever talk to
Oh,
anyone. They're just
heck
working
yeah.
on these games
River
like
City
all the
Girls
time.
2
And then
punches
when-
its way onto
and then when they
Nintendo Switch.
get on like a
Summer
stage or something, it's
2022.
just- I feel bad.
We've got several more indie games coming to Nintendo Switch.
Really?
From painting the world to a
10
management
more
sim
minutes.
with dinosaurs. Enjoy!
So we're about to get a whole reel of indie games probably. Now these little reels where they show a bunch of them are like where they always hide like the most interesting looking games for some reason. Parkasaurus. Seems like something my wife would like, for sure. Oh, that looks actually pretty good. It's like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Don't Starve Together. I tried playing the original on Vita, and I honestly just did not understand the game. Like, I just couldn't figure it out. Chicory, A Colorful Tale. Huh. It's pretty interesting visually. A lot going on. Baby Storm. Was it like a party game? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, Brett, me either. With Don't Starve, I just literally could not figure out what to do half the time. Grime? This looks like a 2D Souls-like game, is just what I'm guessing. I like teleport mechanics though, so that interests me. This is pretty interesting. It's very story driven. Time Leap or Time Lie, one of those. Looks like a puzzle action, not really action, but like a puzzle adventure game. Behind the frame, the finest scenery. Looks like a narrative game, maybe some puzzles involved. Oh, you've heard Chicory is great, says Brett?
That's all for today's Indie World.
That's all?
Or not.
Oh, yeah.
We've got one
Oh,
more
one more.
game. Check it out.
Is it Fall Guys? Or is it The Wolf Among Us 2? Neither. It's gonna be something maybe brand new. This doesn't right now give off the vibes of we have one more surprise game. What? That was it. Come on.
The critically acclaimed
Okay.
RPG Omori is making its way onto Nintendo
Okay, so this is a known
Switch.
game. I've never heard of it.
Travel back and forth between two strange and vibrant worlds, each one brimming with colorful friends and foes to uncover a forgotten
I don't want to
past.
judge it too harshly
You'll
because
experience an unconventional
it seems
story
like it already has like a
and turn-based
following, so
battle
maybe it's
system,
actually pretty good.
supplemented by warm illustrations by renowned
look
artist
it up.
Omocat, who also produced, wrote, directed, and coded much of the game. Omori
The
does
game
lean
has
into
a
some heavy
87 on
topics,
Metacritic.
so be prepared. It's
So that's
quite the
pretty
journey.
dang solid.
Omori launches on Nintendo Switch,
But it didn't really
spring
necessarily look like my
2022.
type of game. I was kind of disappointed that was the
And
one
that's
more
all
game.
for today's Indie World. We
What
hope
a
you
bag of
enjoyed the
meh.
lineup of games.
Yeah,
in
none of that
today's
really
showcase.
spoke to me. I'm
As
sure some
always,
people
we'd
out
like to
there are
thank
pretty excited
everyone
about
in
some
the
of that.
indie
but
community
me
working
personally,
on games for Nintendo
not-
Switch.
didn't really
And
get
thank
much out of
you
it.
for watching.
I was really
Don't
hoping
forget
for maybe
to follow our official
The
Twitter
Wolf Among
account
Us
to stay up
2.
to date
That
on
would've been
all the latest news
great.
from Indie
Someone
World.
brought it up in the chat, and
Until
then it was
next
on my
time,
mind ever since.
Happy gaming!
But yeah, that was the indie showcase. It's all over. Guess I can, I don't know, ask you guys, what'd you guys think? The Fox game looked good. Yeah, Brett, what was the name of that Fox game? Because that was the actual one game that actually intrigued me. And it looked like it could have some emotional moments because you're playing as a mother trying to take care of her 3 little foxes. What if at some point one of those foxes dies? I don't think I'm gonna be able to handle that. Like, that's just too much. Or like, what if with like every playthrough something can change? Like, one of them can die off somehow. So that actually looked interesting. And I heard that Chicory game is good, says Brett. Not sure the name of that game. Oh yeah, the Fox game. Yeah, I'm gonna figure that out because that'll probably we'll probably have to add that to our list, Brett, of games we're gonna buy. Brandon K-Flip Beaton, his screen names. He says meh. Yeah, I agree. That was pretty meh. For the end of the year showcase, I was kind of hoping for like at least like one biggish indie title that was included. But Endling, that was the name. Yeah, because that was the name that I actually liked a lot, and then it ended up being the one game that I cared about in this showcase. I'll download the Figment demo. Yeah, the Figment 2 demo. I'll probably check that out too. Endling and River City Girls 2 to me. Yeah, River City Girls does interest me. I just haven't played the first one, so I can't for sure say that it's my thing. Yeah, Brett also says Endling. Yes, good call, Ricardo. Eric says heavily disappointed. Eric, what were you hoping to see out there? Anything specifically, or just overall you just thought the show was just kind of meh? Yeah, Brett agrees. He puts a little arrow. Yeah, guys, that wasn't that great. I was hoping for like, I don't know. This is like one of them situations where this could have just been an email, just like all them work meetings that we always get, where it's just like this could have just been an email. This whole showcase could have just been uploading the trailers individually instead of like making it an indie world. But I understand they want to get eyes on this stuff, and a rising tide raises all ships. That's that sort of situation with these indie worlds. But yeah, let's see. I won't say Silk Song, but at least one more releases or more variety of games. I thought the variety was pretty decent. That game, the dinosaur game that looked like Roller Coaster Tycoon, actually seems interesting, especially for someone like my wife. So she might actually like that. They could try to push Untitled Goose Game 2 to Switch. Yeah, wait, is that not for Switch? That's surprising. Man, you're all closed-minded. Some of these games look good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think most of the games looked good, just not necessarily for me personally. I don't think really any of the games look bad by any stretch. But just for me personally, I wasn't that into much of them. Just Endling and I would say what was the other game? Chicory? Yeah. And River City Girls. Brett says, at the same time, Nindies always kind of give off the same vibe. I rarely walk away from these excited about too much. However, still going to check some of these out. Yeah, I think a few of the indie showcases have been pretty good, but I don't know. It usually has someone hoping to see something that they don't show up in the show, and then you're disappointed, which is kind of like what happened to me, but not that big a deal. Let's see. Moonman Moo says indie show thumbs down. Yeah, it's just a little disappointing, but what can you do? I'm sure a lot of these games spoke to different people out there, which is what really matters. I always remember an interview with, I think it was someone from Sony, where they said the goal isn't to make one specific group of people very happy during a showcase. It's to make a showcase that offers a little something for everyone out there. And I think that's honestly what this showcase probably did, because there are some little tidbits in there that I actually liked, and that's good. I came away with some things that I'm interested in. Not super hyped, but you know, I think that was probably their goal, and they probably hit their goal. I'm sure something in the showcase interests someone, I'm sure at least one thing in the showcase interests everyone out there. And if not, well, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, guys. I'll probably end the stream, chop up this video, make it a little shorter to right when the show starts and ends. Or maybe I'll just keep it all on here, I'm not sure. But yeah. Otherwise, I'm just going to be hanging out. I mean, I've been wanting to do a podcast live stream every Saturday, but still need to figure that out. So I'll have an announcement in the future possibly about that. I'm going to try and really buckle down and start streaming more. I don't care if there's only 13 people watching. That's how much it says right now anyway. I want to start trying to stream more because it just pushes you to talk better, talk more sophisticated, and yeah, I just want to start streaming. So yeah, see you guys. I'm going back to work, says Brett. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I will talk to you later.